All right, guys, speed bench day today. Gonna be working. This is the last week of the 4-week cycle, and then I'll do sets of 225, 235, 240 to failure, and then I'll break it down again. Not trying to really max out after this week. I'm just wanting to make sure that everything's good, fast, moving very well, and more importantly, pain-free. I do plan on working the bench back into my training, so that's mainly why I'm doing this, to get acclimated to it. And instead of doing, tons of volume, like 10 sets of 10 or 3 sets of 10 or anything like that, I'd rather just break it down and work on getting fast with weight and knowing how to move that bar through space rapidly instead of just, training it with a ton of intent, because I know how to train my chest with intent, but I need to be fast with the weight. So in case something goes wrong, I can go ahead and fix it as fast as I possibly can, or just have someone grab the bar. So doing these band pull aparts and over and backs just to get the shoulders loosened up, because pressing fast is violent. So we just got to make sure that we're warmed up and all that. So going to get some press downs in. Not going to show that because it's absolutely boring. And then I'll get into the speed work, the hypertrophy work, because the speed work doubles as a potentiation movement for the hypertrophy work that's to follow. Giant set that. Then we got some shoulders. Then we got some triceps, or triceps rather, a little bit more. Still training arms every training session. And then on top of that, making sure that I get in enough volume for shoulders, because I only do push once a week. So it's going to look a little bit more fitnessy again than it usually has. Similar to the Ramadan workout that I showed you guys a little while ago, but we'll still handle some heavy weight, especially on incline dumbbell presses. And then I got about 2-3 chest movements that I'll be doing after. And then I'll really be rolling through shoulders. So we'll get to work. I'm going to get up out of here, start the day. Without further ado, let's get moving. All right, 220 on the bar. I am a raw bench. So with raw benching, you can actually, if you're using speed work, you can work up to a heavier percentage. I will stop it at 70%, which is, I'm basing 70% off of 315. So it's 220 on the bar. I'm just focused on moving it fast, waking up my chest for the hypertrophy work to follow, and just getting stronger with this weight. 225 is 5 pounds away from this. So it's very interesting to see how this is going to move. So we're going to get started, going to get moving, and get to the rest of the workout.
And now we've come to banded presses. These are really hammering the chest at the top and the tricep, as a matter of fact. And I normally do these, I normally don't do these rather, but with this, dynamic effort that I'm trying to use to get my chest ready to build muscle. It was a good thing to warm up with. So, got a warm up set in, and now I'm going to 2 work sets with the bands, and then kind of a bootleg drop down set without the band, which is pretty effective in my opinion. So I did 2 sets again with the band, and then I did a set without the band, and that set was for as many reps as I could possibly do, which I think I averaged out about 10. So I really can't remember. But it's always good to have in some type of banded work so I don't have to go heavy with the straight weight. My shoulder has been bothering me a little bit, so it's been a little bit smarter to train with that band tension but with a lighter straight weight, just to save my shoulder a little bit of frustration and anger and me just not being well with it. Machine presses after an obvious misload where I had 1 plate loaded on one side and 2 plates on the other. Disaster was averted very quickly. But this is a great machine. This is probably one of my favorite chest press machines besides the Flex one, the old school Flex one where the handles converge. It's similar to this one, but the handles converge a little bit more. And actually the hammer strength selectorized press where you can easily do drop sets, rest pause, or anything like that and not even have to leave your seat. But this is a great machine. So if you have access to it, please use it. It is made by Atlantis, and you can notice the varying grips. You have a close grip bench press variation there. If you set the seat low enough, you obviously have a decline there too as well. So if you have that machine, please use it. Now we're just going to stretch the chest out here, and normally I put this at the front of the workout, but today was at the end because I wanted a little bit of significant load to have on this exercise. Now, something to think about when you're doing the selectorized fly is that it's easier to load this machine and just worry about bringing your hands together rather than balancing a huge dumbbell, and it puts you in a straight line to hit the pecs. So I suggest you all use this at the beginning, middle, or end of your workout. It's a very great piece as well, and it's almost in any commercial gym you can get to. Now this one isn't. This is the seated Atlantis side lateral. So seeing as I did a bunch of pressing, I didn't think it was any more to be done with chest today. So I went ahead and just rounded out with a lot of laterals. Now what remains to be seen is will I add in some presses on my back day. It's a possibility, but I like to get some in there at some point and just really round out my delts even more. Finishing off with some tricep extensions on the Panada machine, and I'll tell you what, this really hammers the triceps as well. Gets a good stretch in them, and they're feeling them as well. Like I said, I'm training arms every training day, and they're filling out. They feel good. They don't feel absolutely awful. So with that being said, that was yesterday's workout. I absolutely enjoyed it. I think it's a great one, and one that you should try if you have the equipment. I'm blessed to be able to train at different gyms that have this type of equipment. So if you do, please use it. Well, until next time, please like, subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions on this workout or any type of programming questions that you have, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks a lot. You have a great day.